Hearts and Heroes 26 is done and on the books. And I gotta say, sometimes the magic happens and sometimes it doesn't. And to get this event going and to actually finally execute it was, boy, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do when it comes to putting on an event. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong did. And yet, we pulled it off. We fought the fight, we stuck with it, and we kicked its ass. So, by the time we were about midway through the event, we were seriously concerned as to whether or not we were going to have enough food. It was that many people. We packed people in so tight, we were running around grabbing benches and office chairs and whatever we could from the venue so people had a place to sit. So, it was a good time. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. I haven't heard any negatives back, so that's always a good thing. Nothing but praise for the staff and the volunteers that put that thing together. But I wanted to share something with you guys, and this is something that I've always kept in mind over the years. I learned some really good lessons as a young soldier. I had a battalion commander who was an amazing mentor. I was his driver for the last couple years of his time as battalion commander, and he's just one of those leaders that, even not trying to teach a lesson, he teaches great lessons. So one day he was doing a kind of an event. Everybody's staff, all the soldiers, we go to the base theater, and he talked to us about what was going on, where we were going, what we were doing, and all that other fun jazz. And this was right after the holiday break. So he started telling a story about what it was like for him to be home on leave with his family. So this guy's a West Point graduate. He's a battalion commander of a combat unit in a rapid deployment unit. So really powerful, really impressive position to be in. Not a lot of people make that, regardless of how your career is laid out in the Army. But he did it, and he did it at a very young age. And so he goes home on leave, and he's sitting at the table with his family. And, you know, as families do over the holidays, they ask, how's work going, and how are, all the other things in your life working out. And he said, when it came to somebody asking him, he said, oh yeah, I just became a battalion commander of an armor unit, and we're in this rapid deployment division, and we're doing all this great stuff. And I believe he said it was his aunt looked at him and said, oh, that's really nice. Please pass the beans. Okay? Now the point to that story, and the point that he relayed to us, is it doesn't matter who you are or what position you're in. You're just a man, or you're just a woman. You might have lofty titles and a list of accomplishments that are to be envied, but at the end of the day, you're just another person, just like everybody else. And the reason I bring that story up is because at Hearts and Heroes, one of the things that I noticed about midway through serving the meal was the plates were coming out pretty slow. So I start looking around for our administrator, and I couldn't find her. And okay, so Aubrey's a tall lady, long blonde hair, and at the time she's wearing this long purple formal gown. Should have been easy to find even in a football stadium. I couldn't find her, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna run back and I'm gonna start taking plates out or doing whatever I can to help. And so as I go back into the serving area, I almost ran into her as she's heading down at a very, very brisk pace with plates in hand going to serve our guests. So I put gloves on and I did the same thing, and I'm running back and forth, and every time I came back there was a new person back there helping. We had people who paid to be at the event, volunteering without being asked, without anything, just out there serving dinner to people, bussing tables, emptying garbage, picking up stuff. It was incredible. Some of these people I've never met before. I have no idea who they are. And they're back there helping out with the event just because they saw that we needed some help and wanted to make it a good event for everybody else. So, I that night, obviously Aubrey Faber, she is the power player of power players, just crushing it, just moving through everything. Melissa from Persnickety Marketing, she's back there. I mean, we rented the venue from her, but she's back there learning how to plate food. I thought what was pretty funny is the caterer is actually showing her how to put stuff on the plates and serve it, make it look nice and pretty. And then Rico from Tamales in Idaho Falls. Rico in several restaurants, but good Lord, Rico, that guy is amazing. If you ever want to go and have some tamales, go to Tamales downtown Idaho Falls and get some from Rico. I'm going to find out what other restaurants this guy owns, because he's just unreal, the amount of work that he did, how fast he did it. And one of the things most people don't know, because we kept it kind of quiet, is we had a caterer that had volunteered to provide the food free, and dude has a heart attack. And it's not funny, I shouldn't have laughed, but he seriously has a heart attack right 5 days before the event. So somebody recommended Rico. I grabbed him up, and he did amazing, especially for only 5 days. It was just beautiful food, the best flan I've ever eaten. If you don't know what flan is, definitely go to Tamales and try theirs out. It's the best I've ever had. So anyway, Hearts and Heroes 26 was a lot of fun, great success, and it was so much of it, from what the guests saw, was just volunteers behind the scenes. So I'm going to try and figure out who some of these people are, share some appreciation with the people who just stepped up and helped. So anyway, these people, they're the pass the beans kind of people. They understand that it doesn't matter what your position is, it doesn't matter who you are. If you need help, you're just a man, you're just a woman. You do the job. Doesn't matter what your lofty titles might be, you just make it happen. So anyway, we will catch you guys in the next video, and we'll start giving you some information about our June event in Bone with the Aaron Ball Band and Kenny Fiedler.